हरे कृष्ण। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामीति नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणिचारिणे निर्विशेषण्वादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. We'll continue our discussion. So here many millions of rupees are spent by big people to overcome death. This is their very so much effort is made so that people want to overcome death. And Bhagavatam is also giving solution how to overcome death. So we'll try to take solution from Bhagavatam because scientific research don't work anyway. So we'll see what is the solution that Bhagavatam is giving for all of us from this very interesting episode of Puranjana. And very nicely explained. If we can remember this systematically, then we know this is actually going to happen to all of us, and it happened to all of us also many lifetimes. We'll see one more time. And here very graphically explained. King Maladwaja was a great devotee, and after that Puranjana, he got a body of a female, Vaidharbi, and this time he gets association of a guru. So here it is considered to be married to Malayadwaja, who was a great devotee. And he after married the daughter of King Vaidarbhi, he gave her one nice daughter whose eyes are black. And we go to Guru, Guru gives us Krishna. So, and then he has 7 sons who are all devotional service, different aspects, except for Atmanivedanam and Sakyam, which are at a higher stages. That's why 7 processes of devotional service are given by Guru. So that is explained here. So for us, the greatest gift we got is we got association of our spiritual master and Vaishnavas who are helping us to come out of this body of material entanglement. They are doing the greatest welfare activity. One thing is important that how we are connecting to our parampara, how we are connecting to our guru. That is through our chanting only. That is the greatest gift that we received from our spiritual master. The intensity which we are chanting the holy name will go deeper and deeper, and which will help us to become more closer to the parampara and acharyas, and we start feeling their presence more if we have chanted nicely. And it should happen adhara danudinam. It's in a long duration we have to chant and with very great respect. So here we see that after that, my dear King Parchanibarsha, the sons of Malayadwaja gave birth to many thousands and thousands of sons, and all of these have been protecting the entire world up to the end of one Manu's lifespan and after even afterwards. So here Prabhupada is giving the lifespan of Manu, and then he's giving that what is this analogy means. And he says that in this way, the propagation of Krishna consciousness is never stopped. No one should think that this Krishna conscious movement is new movement, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Among Vaishnavas, there may be difference of opinion due to everyone's personal identity, but despite all personal differences, the cult of Krishna conscious must go on. We can see that under the instruction of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, began preaching Krishna consciousness movement in an organized way. So this is also another important thing to know. Previously, it was not an organization. Everybody was following their own way, and it was less number and it was very pure. But what happened afterwards, when organization comes, everything becomes standardized, and it becomes like industrialized. So then there will be then there is no because here we have institutionalized and everybody follows a system. But most important thing is, for bhakti, personal guidance is what makes a person progress, not just systems. It not just systems and some rules and regulations a person cannot progress. Ultimately, it is our heart, how much I am feeling for Krishna. That makes so much difference. So please try to understand, even when we are chanting in the group, we have to be personal with Krishna. It is not that how this person is chanting, whether he's sleeping or not, whether he's doing this, whether he's doing that. No, it is our own bhakti. What others are doing in the institute is not at all going to make any progress for us. Anybody may be doing anything in this world around you, all the devotees may be doing different things, but bhakti is our own personal thing, my own relation with Krishna, nothing to do with the institution, people around us, other devotees, God brothers, God sisters. No botheration. That is very, very important. We cannot say that because of this, because of this, because of this. When we sit for chanting, and for that we should be very, very careful that I am progressing. I have to be very serious. I have to take it very personally and work upon my relation with Krishna. We cannot say, "Oh, Prabhuji, this system made me like this system made." Even the family situations which you are having, Prabhuji, so much EMI to pay, family responsibilities, all things are there. But when it comes to sit for chanting with Krishna, forget about everything, just focus on this, because we don't have chance. We got so many chances we have misused. We don't know what will be next chance. Why to take chance? We don't know what will be the next situation also. Now we have, and when it comes, forget about everything, because Krishna will take care of all other things in the family, this, that. We morning the people start, getting irritated. They start quarreling, fighting, shouting, and other things. Some people are so much into, okay, they are rushing with the chanting. When will I complete, when will I complete? If you rush when chanting, there is no relation is like when I am ready to spend time with that person. Like, so it is not correct that we rush. So I am also guilty of it. We try to rush chanting. It won't work like that. Bhakti is not rushing and hurrying. It's a calm mind. With when we are in calm mind, then only we can connect to Krishna. So 2 hours we have to keep our mind calm so that I connect to Krishna. 4 rounds in the morning, 4 rounds here, 4 rounds there, 2 rounds here. It won't work. It is just completing a rushing chanting. How will I connect to Krishna if I am rushing? I should be very, very calm, peace minded. For that, night should be very good, and night sleep should be good. Then morning when we wake up, then we are in a peaceful mood. So all these things are connected. It is not just some okay. I completed my rounds. Now I am ready to go to Goloka. It won't happen like that. So people should not have this misunderstanding. So anyway, here the problem is because of institution. So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur started, but there was no option because whole world is becoming modernized and industrial revolution came. He didn't have option. He has to make an institute to spread it in a far way. But after that, we have to know that it's an individual process. And if you see, all the Goswamis have their bhajan kutir. Why they have bhajan kutir? They all can come together and chant. Na? They didn't chant. Everybody is chanting seclusively because in seclusion they have their bhajan kutirs, because this is what makes a difference. And so here uh, there are different sampradayas, and everywhere all the devotees are spreading this Krishna conscious movement very widely, giving protection to the innocent. So when Here, Malayadvaja's children are spreading means it is spreading of Krishna consciousness. So that's actually what is the analogy there. And the great sage Agastya married the firstborn daughter of Malayadvaja and avowed devotee of Lord Krishna. From her, one son was born whose name was uh, Dhridachyuta, and from him another son was born whose name was Imavaha. So the name Agastya is very significant. Agastya Muni represents mind. So when we are with Guru, what Guru is doing, the word Agastya indicates that the senses do not act independently, and the word Muni means mind. Mind is the sense of all senses, and thus senses cannot work independent of mind. When the mind takes to the cult of bhakti, it engages in devotional service. So the most important thing which we are struggling is our mind only. So we have to calm our mind. Then we can say, yes, I am doing good bhakti. The degree we our mind is calm, to the degree bhakti is very good. If mind is agitated, anything that is disturbing, agitating mind, we should know that is unfavorable to bhakti. So even in the family responsibilities and family fightings and relationship all, it should not be heavy on our mind. If something is going heavy, we should know we have to hold on to it, control it. We should not go something beyond. It's actually a little difficult when so many things are there in the mind and again sit and chant for Krishna, meditate. Office is there, children's schools are there, colleges are there, marriage is there. It is very difficult. There is, I am not denying that. Still, we cannot give that as a reason for not chanting good. Our mind should be with Krishna, then heart will go eventually. So, the cult of Bhakti is the first daughter of Malayadvaja, Bhakti Lata. And as previously described, her eyes are already upon Krishna. One cannot render bhakti to any demigod. Bhakti can be rendered only to Vishnu. And can you imagine how much Krishna need attention? He does not just accept anybody like that. We should give full attention to him. Then only he will be pleased. Like Mother Yashoda, when little bit milk was boiling and overflowing, she kept Krishna aside and went to take that milk. And Krishna became very upset. He broke the pot and he was like, he don't like anything. He says full attention to me. And we have so many things to give attention. No, here's Malayadwaja married her daughter to so Agastya. That means the mind is fixed in bhakti. Thinking the absolute truth to be without form, the Mayavadis say word bhakti can apply to any form of worship. If this were the case, a devotee could imagine any demigod and any godly form and worship it. However, it is not a fact. The real fact is bhakti can be applied only to Vishnu and his expansion. Therefore, Bhakti Lata is Dhrida Vrata, the great vow. For when the mind is completely engaged in devotional service, the mind does not fall down. Now, people may think, Proji, I have time because now I am this much age. Once I settle everything in the family, na, then I will take care. It won't happen only. That is the fact. If we have not given bhakti as priority and worked, then it becomes karma mishra bhakti only. If we have given priority to family and then we have taken bhakti, it is that mixture of karma. It is not like I am having karma desires and all, but what happens is our mind cannot hold on to the holy name and to the katha and all in the later ages because it already got programmed in a wrong way. We have to give it priority, tell to mind this is only you have to do, this is only you have to do, and that is some part of it. See how the absorption in the family affairs should not affect our consciousness when we are chanting. We should be aloof. Actually, this is mundane example, but still I will give because this is helpful. Like His Holiness Bhakti Vigyan Maharaj went to meet Narendra Modi when he was Gujarat Chief Minister, and for quite a few years he was there. And Maharaj went to meet one evening to him. It was evening, some evening times, and he saw that already so many people were waiting for him, and he was meeting everybody. He might have met so many people by morning till evening, and then Maharaj went and he saw this person was very blissful and very energetic, very happy, and he received Maharaj very nicely. And Maharaj, the first question Maharaj asked is, "Arey, you whole day you are meeting so many people. How could you remain so energetic and so blissful?" So then he gave interesting answer. He said that morning wake up and I sit for meditation for 2 hours. I do meditation for 2 hours, and rest of the day I don't care. So that means he's detached. What is happening throughout, even though he's involved in such a complicated, big things, but still he's detached. This is actually what our chanting should do for us. Why we should do in the morning? It should make us detached from what is happening throughout the day. The mind is not connecting to it, even though it is doing very responsibly, but the impressions are not going very deep. That is very important. If we are not chanted in the morning and we get into family affairs and other things in materialistic life, they will definitely have very deep impression on us, which is going to affect us in a long run. But if we have nicely chanted, completely connecting to Krishna, then the effect is very less. So there is a great difference in that. So here also the bhakti, the uh, mind is what is, that's what bhakti lata is the verb for when the mind is completely engaged in devotional service. Mind does not fall down. If one tries to advance in any other means, karma, jnana, one will fall down. But if one is fixed in bhakti, he never falls down because mind got something higher. Thus, the form Bhakti Lata, the son of Dridachyuta, is born. And from Dridachyuta, next son Idmavaha was born. The word Idmavaha refers to one who carries wood for burning in a sacrifice when approaching a spiritual master. The point is that Bhaktilata, the cult of devotion, fixes one in his spiritual position. One so fixed never come down, and he begets children who are strict followers of the Shastric injunctions, as said in the Vedas. Tad vijnanardam saghurum eva vigachet. This is the compulsory. You have to gachet means you have to compulsory accept it. And then after this, the great saintly king Malayadwaja divided this and his entire kingdom among his sons. Then, in order to worship Lord Krishna with full attention, he went to solitary place known as Kulachala. So this is purpose. If you have nicely done our responsibilities at home in a very detached way, the impressions won't come, and our spiritual impressions will make us inclined to spirituality eventually. We don't find taste in family life anymore, and to get out of it is also becomes very easy. Maladwaja, the great king, was certainly a Mahabhagavata topmost devotee. By executing devotional service, he begat many sons and disciples for propagating the bhakti cult. Actually, the entire world should be divided among such disciples. Everyone should be engaged in preaching the cult of Krishna consciousness. So, in other words, when the disciples are grown up and are able to preach, the spiritual master should retire and sit down in a solitary place to write and execute Nirjan Bhajan. So, this is Prabhupada instructing. The spiritual master sit downs and write. Even for them also, this Nirjan Bhajan is very important. This means sitting silently in a solitary place and executing devotional service. This Nirjan Bhajan, which is the silent worship of Supreme Lord, is not possible for a neophyte devotee. Siddhanta says Thakur never advised a neophyte devotee to go to solitary. Indeed, he was writing a song in connection to it. दुष्टमा तुम्हें किसेरा वैष्णवा प्रतिष्ठारतारे निर्जनेरगारे तव हरि नाम केवल कैटवा. My dear mind, what kind of devotee are you? Simply for cheap adoration, you sit in a solitary place and pretend to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But this is all cheating. Thus, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur advocated that every devotee, under the guidance of an expert spiritual master, preach the cult of bhakti, Krishna consciousness all over the world. Only when one is mature can sit in a solitary place and retire from preaching all over the world. Following this example, the devotees of ISKCON now render service as preachers in various parts of the world. So, so this is what Prabhupada is want all of us. Now they can allow the spiritual master to retire. Prabhupada is, it is just in the fourth canto only Prabhupada is talking about retirement. This is Prabhupada wrote till 10th canto. Now they can allow the spiritual master retire from active preaching work. In the last stage of the spiritual master's life, the devotee of the spiritual master should take preaching activities into their own hands. In this way, the spiritual master can sit down in a solitary place. Prabhupada aspired for it, but he understood that he didn't had an option like that because his disciples were very young. So Prabhupada has to give instruction till the last fag end of his life also he was giving. Because he knows that every word he's speaking, it is going to go for many thousands of years, which are guidelines for his disciples, and it worked like that. And then he says, just as the moonshine follows the moon at night, immediately after King Malayadwaja departed from Kotachala, his devoted wife, whose eyes were very enchanting, followed him, giving up all homely happiness despite family and children. See, this is very important. What happens is, why wife is chaste wife will benefit if husband is devotee, because her entanglement also will go away. Even though she feels very much pained when she is separating from children and family, but because her attachment to husband is very strong, she is ready to give them up and she will make advancement. Purpose writing. Just as in the Vanapasta stage, the wife follows the husband. Similarly, when the spiritual master retires for Nirjan Bhajan, some of his advanced devotees follow him and engage in his personal service. In other words, those who are very fond of family life should come forward in the service of spiritual master and abandon so-called happiness offered by society, friendship and love. See, what is this happiness? So-called happiness. It is imaginary happiness, not reality also. Imaginary in the sense, because we are in the Dehatma Buddhi platform as a bodily identification. That's why it is a pleasure. That's why Vishwanath Chakra Thakur in his Guru Ashta signifies Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasadat. A disciple should always remember that by serving spiritual master, he can easily advance in Krishna consciousness. Actually, this is very important. Only way is this actually. We have to dedicate our life to spiritual master at one point of time. It may be Grahastha, Brahmachari, anybody. The dedication to spiritual master is what everything, it makes a difference for everyone. So all the scriptures recommend that it is by pleasing spiritual master and serving him directly can one attain highest perfectional stage. If we are not doing it, then we are doing some mistake. So the word Madhirekshana is also significant in this verse. Jiva Goswami explained in his Sandarbha that the word Madhira means intoxication. If one's eyes becomes intoxication upon seeing the deity, he may be called Madhirekshana. Queen Maidharbi's eyes were very enchanting, just as one's eyes are Madhirekshana when engaged in serving the deity. Unless one is advanced devotee, he cannot fix his eyes on the deity in the temple. So this is very nice point. So if we should be able to take darshan for long time, then we can say yes, my eyes are fixed on the Lord. And people cannot see more than 5 minutes. Darshan is very difficult. Govindamadi Purusham, by the time it is over and rest of the day people don't come even for darshan also. In the province of how much time we are taking darshan of Lord also matters. This is very important. That is We should learn to take darshan of Lord properly. The province of Kulachala, there were rivers named Chandravasa, Tamraparni, Vatodaka. King Malayadhwaja used to go to these pious rivers regularly and take his bath there. Thus, he purified himself externally and internally. He took his bath and ate bulbs, seeds, leaves, flowers, roots, fruits, and grass, and drank water. In this way, he underwent severe austerities. Eventually, he became very skinny. We can identify, we can definitely see that to advance in Krishna consciousness, one must control his bodily weight. If one becomes too fat, it is to be assumed that he is not advancing spiritually. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur severely criticized his fat disciples. The idea is that one who intended to advance in Krishna consciousness must not eat very much. Devotees used to go to forest, hills, high hills, or mountains or pilgrimage. But such severe austerities are not possible in these days. One should instead eat only prasadam and no more than required. According to Vaishnava calendar, there are many fasts such as Ekadashi and the appearance and disappearance days of gods and his devotees. All of these are meant to decrease the fat within the body so that one will not sleep more than desired and will not become inactive and lazy. Overindulgence in food will cause a man to sleep more than required. This human form of life is meant for austerities, and austerities means controlling sex, food intake, etc. In this way, time can be saved for spiritual activity and one can purify himself both externally and internally. Thus, both body and mind can be cleansed. So, very, very valuable purport. This is tomorrow's Ekadasi. So, devotees can happily follow this. At least they can survive on fruits or something. We should not make feasts on Ekadasi, which is exactly opposite. It is not at all favorable for bhakti. So, so there is a question. Prabhupada says you can have spiritual anxiety. Yeah. Uh, Spiritual anxiety is good because our mind will not get anxiety for material family life. So even that anxiety will only make us closer to Krishna. Spiritual anxiety, it should not be causing distress to the health and all. It should be anxious to do more service to Krishna. Sometimes it may happen, but it should not be constant anxiety. We should clarify whether that is proper or not. That is also there. Uh, we cannot just do anything and take anxiety. It will only destroy the body and mind. We should clarify whether that anxiety is proper or not. If I am anxious to distribute more books, anxious to preach, anxious to take care of people, that anxiety is okay. And that will not disturb much. We know I am anxious about it, but okay, ultimately we are depending on Krishna. So that type of anxiety is okay. We have to ultimately know it's all Krishna who decides, even though I may be anxious. So this is a very golden purport. Man should, we all should remember this. Why we should decrease the fat of the body so that we don't sleep and be inactive. So that is the point. And somebody will have fat body because of hormones. So it's not that they are eating more because some people may eat more but they may live thin and some may eat less but they may be fat. So but in general, the principle is that we should not eat more and sleep more and waste our time in eating and sleeping. The people go to dham nicely to eat and sleep. They take air conditioner room and then they have nice restaurants to go. If in Dham, nice restaurants is actually bogus. This is all sense creativity. People are going to Vrindavan to eat in nice restaurant. If you want to eat nice, you be at your home and eat now. Why are you coming to Dham and unnecessarily wasting your time eating nicely in restaurant here there? See, once in a while eating is okay, but just for eating and nice having air conditioned rooms and sleeping, why you are coming to Dham? Dham is for austerities. Now they are making five-star hotels and all these things. This is all, everything is Kali Yuga, na? The people will, everything they will damage. And they are damaging. Up to Dham cannot be damaged, but externally there is inconvenience there. If you see everybody is coming there and living very simple life, eating very simple basic food, and know something like, then you will feel very inspired. Or I should also live like this simple. And if you are AC rooms and nice restaurants, people come, they just take some exercise of ice, taking darshan of Lord, and then they go to their places to visit nice AC cars, and they go to different places. Where, how will you get the mood to pray? How will you get the mood to do bhajan there? Mood for bhajan is when you are in a very simple setup, like you go to Chandra Sarovar, or I'll not mention the names of some nice places, because that will also be, people will become like they will damage the places also. But there are some nice places where um, there is Nanda Ghat, there is Surya Kund. So there are some nice places which are not touched populate, but still can go and do nice chanting there, feel the atmosphere of Vrindavan and experience the joy there. Real bhajan should be there. It's not commercial. Like you, it's not feel. Of course, still even if you go Vrindavan with all these modern things, also still the vibration is still there. But for bhajan, it is not very conducive. That's why many of the Babas and all, they don't stay there much. They stay at different locations in Braj, where there is seclusion. So, so here, that is very important for us. We should aspire for it actually. By aspiration, Krishna will provide one day. Krishna, I don't want it. I want some exclusively sit and chant for you, sit and do something for you, and just alone. And Krishna will be very happy. He is staying in village. He is not staying in a complex, some nice atmosphere environment. He is staying in a simple village. And if I go to Vrindavan, I should be aspiring to stay in a simple village, not in a uh, nice air conditioner restaurant with nice hotel with air conditioner restaurant and all. That is not where Krishna will. We cannot achieve Krishna like that. It is all time pass. So actually, it is time waste. Yeah, they are making facilities to attract materialistic people only. Through austerities, King Malayadwaja, in his body and mind, gradually became equal to the dualities of cold and heat, happiness and distress, wind and rain, hunger and thirst, the pleasant and unpleasant. In this way, he conquered all relativities. Or this should happen for everyone. So, very important thing. What we should conquer by body and mind gradually become equal to dualities. So, so austerities will help us. So when we perform this Ekadasi Vrata and all these Vratas properly, so this is going to help us heat, cold, happiness and distress, wind and rain, hunger and thirst, pleasant and unpleasant. That means mind is somewhere else. Liberation means becoming free from. See, this is very important. Pleasant and unpleasant, and happiness and distress. That means emotions are there. Emotions are there. It's not that he's not having emotion. Like say, if somebody he loses somebody in the family, he will cry. And some marriage happens, he is elated. But what is important is he is equal in all the things. Equal in the sense he is actually considering more is the relation with Krishna, and is understanding it is Krishna's arrangement. So that means, see, emotions are at the level of what? Emotions are at the level of manas. Because I will try to clarify. It's not that, oh, once he is becoming devotee, he will not have any emotions. It's not correct actually. See, we have buddhi and we have manas. So emotions are there. But what buddhi is doing, na, it is having this discrimination, right? So this is very strong for devotee. So even though he is having emotions, but he can control the emotions with the help of this. If we are not having emotion, then we are like a dead matter or impersonalist. But devotees are not impersonalists. They have emotions, but they are strong buddhi. Like when Arjuna's son Abhimanyu died, he was crying. He has emotions, but he was having determination and discrimination to serve Krishna, right? When Dronacharya heard that Ashwatthama died, he did not fight anymore. He just left his weapons and all, and he just went to see where his son is in the Sargloka. So that is the problem. That means his emotions are stronger than his discrimination and determination. But for Arjuna, it was different. You are seeing the difference. So this is actually what a devotee is. He is very buddhi is very strong. That means very equipoised is. So liberation means becoming free from the relativities of the world. Unless one is self-realized, he has to undergo the dual struggle of a relative world. Bhagavad Krishna advised to conquer all relativities through tolerance. So Krishna is telling, Tamastitiksha sabhata, tolerate. Lord Krishna points out that in the relativities like winter and summer, that gives us trouble in the material world. In the winter, we do not like taking a bath, but in the summer, we wish to take bath twice, thrice, or more a day. Thus, Krishna advises us not to be disturbed by such relativities and dualities that come and go. The common man has to undergo much austerities to become equipoised before dualities. One who becomes agitated by relativities of life has accepted a relative position and must therefore undergo the austerities prescribed in the Shastras to transcend the material body and put an end to the material existence. King Maladwaja underwent severe austerities by leaving his home, going to Kulachala, taking his bath in the sacred rivers, and eating only vegetables like stems, roots, seeds, flowers, and leaf, avoiding any cooked food or grain. These are very, very austere practices. In this age, it is very difficult to leave home and go to the forest or to the Himalayas to adopt the process of austerities. Indeed, it is almost impossible. If one is even advised to give up meat eating, drinking, gambling, and illicit sex, one may will fail to do so. What then would a person do if he went to Himalayas or Kulachala? Such acts of renunciation are not possible in this age. Therefore, Lord Krishna has advised us to accept the Bhakti Yoga process. Bhakti Yoga will automatically liberate a person from the dualities of life. In Bhakti Yoga, Krishna is the center and Krishna is always transcendental. Thus, in order to transcend dualities, one must always engage in service. Mamsho Vyabhicharena. So, if one is actually engaged in service of bhakti, he automatically controls his senses, his tongue, and so many other things. Even if one falls down, there is no loss in bhakti. Prabhupada is writing. So we'll just take one last verse. He says that by worshipping, executing austerities, and following the regulative principles, King Maladwaja conquered his senses, his life, and his consciousness. Thus, he fixed everything on the central point of the Supreme Lord. So, Prabhupada is writing, whenever the word Brahma appears, the impersonalists take this mean the impersonal Brahman, the Brahma Jyoti. Actually, however, Parabrahma, the supreme Brahman is Vasudeva, Krishna. So, Vasudeva, this is our understanding. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested impersonal feature of supreme advancement is very troublesome. Consequently, when it is said here in that King Malayadwaja fixed his mind on Brahman, here he is fixing on Krishna. So that should be understood. Prabhupada is telling. So we have 25 verses more to cover. Maybe it may take 2 or 3 more days. So in this way, he stayed immobile in one place for 100 years by calculation of demigods. After this time, he developed pure devotional attraction to for Krishna, the supreme personality of God, and remained fixed in that position. So, any questions, comments before we end? Okay, thank you all very much. Grantara Sriman. Tomorrow we'll try to see what is the logical connection, how it goes, and then try to understand it. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.